We're live.
Okay.
Hey, what?
Live with what?
What are we doing?
Hey, what is up, guys? It's your boy Kingdom Soldier, and I'm back again, bringing you guys another another stream here today with some good friends of mine, Mr. Fox, as well as Brigham, Fatty
Hi.
making a return.
Oh.
Say hi, gentlemen.
Hello, how are you today?
I'm doing very well today. I'm pretty tired.
I was asking the viewers.
Oh,
So
okay. Well,
I'm gonna need you to not speak for them, friend.
all right. Okay. All right. Fine. Viewers, go
How
ahead
are you
and talk.
today,
All right.
man?
Me?
Yes.
Me? Okay,
Yes.
I'm doing good, but I'm tired. I'm tired. Like I said,
I
all right, guys.
understand.
Well, today we're doing, or tonight, I should say, it's actually the morning for me. We're doing the MLG Call of Duty Championships Day 1 recap. Hopefully, actually, there's a lot of people in the stream. I really appreciate you guys for coming out. We're going to get started like we normally do. We're going to, give our introductions as well as our what would you call it? Like your activities in the Call of Duty scene, I guess you could say. And also, after you do that, you have to answer this question, which is, if you could go anywhere in the world, but for only 1 hour, where would it be? So I'm going to start off with Mr. Smiting Fatty, and then we're going to go over to Fox, and then I will end with the answer to that question.
If I can go anywhere for 1 hour,
Mm-hmm.
that's an interesting one. First, I'll say I am Brigham Kindell, otherwise known as Smiting Fatty, the artist formerly known as Smiting Fatty. I've been gone for a little while, had a lot of life changes going on. So I'm glad to be here, glad to watch some Call of Duty. It's been a while since I've been able to watch and saw some great matches today. But if I could go anywhere, it would be probably Champs right now. I'd like to go there for an hour.
I like that.
I want to go to Hawaii, actually.
But you can only go there for 1 hour, though. That's the thing.
Then I want to go, like, hover in a volcano just so I can see the volcano.
You say a volcano?
Yeah, why not?
Okay. I mean,
Or maybe the Mariana Trench or whatever it's called.
I don't know what that is.
That's like the deepest part of the ocean.
Oh, okay. I see. Fox?
I like that. The Mariana Trench. Thinking deep. We got real depth going on over here. Great. You're just diving right in. That's good. If I had to pick one place for an hour, assuming that I can survive and assuming that this is completely fictional, I'd like to be somewhere in space on another planet. I think that'd be a really cool experience to actually firsthand experience like all of the spacies and what have you out there in the solar system. You know, it'd be cool to be on another planet and just see what the environment is like. This is also, again, assuming that the toxic gas doesn't killing me and assuming that I can breathe and survive.
I'm assuming you could. I mean,
Yeah.
All right. Well, there you go. All right. Well, all right. I'm gonna go ahead and finish up this question. My name is Landon, aka MLG Roster Mania. I do a couple things in the scene. Just honestly, I just tweet out gifs of what's going on at the event and just kind of just watch and whatnot. When Roster Mania occurs, I do tweet out stuff like that as well. If I could go anywhere in the world, but for only 1 hour, I was actually gonna say what Fatty said because he said Champs. But I feel like that's copying because I was going to say Champs because I really want to go there.
I almost went with like Dallas Cowboys cheerleader locker room, but I didn't because my wife was standing right there.
That's hilarious.
Dude, no, go for it, man.
If I could go somewhere.
No, think about it. She'll probably be like, yeah, all right.
Nah,
Dallas
she'd be
Cowboys. Girls, wow. Yes.
I don't even like the Cowboys.
Husband? Because
What's your favorite football team, Fatty? You have a favorite football team?
My favorite team sucks. Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And then that goes the Niners. I've lived in both cities, so.
Okay. All right. Well, if I had to go somewhere in the world, I'm going to say New Zealand. I've always wanted to go to New Zealand. I don't know why. I just always have. It's very pretty there. I'd only be there for an hour, but it'd be worth it because it's beautiful. So what we're going to do now, guys, is we're actually going to go over the pools or the groups today. Basically, all of the group play is over for today. And we're going to be going group by group, and then we'll probably head into some questions from Twitter and maybe even answer some questions from the chat. So heading over to Group A, I'm just going to kind of read in order. Optic ended up finishing out their group 3-0, not really a surprise. They played some really good matches against Vitality and only dropped one overall map, which was to Orbit. So that was kind of interesting. And second place is Orbit, which is who actually were 2-1. The one loss they had was to Optic as well. And NXG Rapid with 1-2, and Vitality X 0-3. Overall, I thought Vitality would be a good team. I know they did lose Gotaga, and I know they were like having a bunch of different problems and whatnot. I think they're actually playing with their coach. Is that correct, or is that a different team? Is that right? Is that infused? Okay, never mind. Well, regardless, what actually surprised you guys in this pool? Like, does anything like step out to you guys as like anything really? Like, to be honest, like is this just standard? What you guys thought?
Prophecy beating TK. Wait a minute. Did I miss something? What did you say? Group A,
Group
right?
A.
Yeah, Group A.
All right. Sorry about that. I redact that statement.
It's late. You're good. You're good.
Seeing
it's
Orbit
the fact
drop a
that
map at all is crazy to me.
You mean the Optic?
You said in Group A, correct? Just all the teams in Group
Yeah.
A?
Yeah,
I said
Did you mean Optic, though?
Oh, dude, I'm so stupid. I don't know why I thought they lost to one of the
Everybody's
European
tired.
teams.
It's late, Fox. It's late.
It's late. We're all tired.
No, it looks good to
but
me.
Yeah,
Looks great.
yeah. I think I agree with him. Optic just dropping that one map. I didn't think that they would, and also Vitality not picking up a map. I think that's a little crazy. But yeah, that's kind of crazy right there. Group A.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I mean, Orbit has a pretty good lineup, and I was really surprised that Orbit was able to take a map off of OG. To be honest, I thought it might be Vitality, but realizing, no offense, but how bad Vitality really is without their main player Gotaga definitely showed. That's why they went 0-3 and didn't even get a map. They actually went 0-9, which is really, I would say, embarrassing, but
Disappointing.
Very
out here, man, to not win anything. That
Can
would
you
bum me out
imagine,
so hard.
like, coming all this way, going across the entire world to play a tournament, and you don't even win one game, and you go home on the first day.
But at least they didn't have to pay for plane tickets.
It's true.
Thank you, Xbox, Activision.
I mean, I guess that's one way to look at it. The plane ride must have been fantastic.
All 18 hours.
I gotta say, Orbit, though, their lineup, just a team of duos. Accuracy and Lawless have been teaming since Advanced Warfare came out. Sinful and Twiz go way back. They've been playing together for a long time, and you've even seen their performances. It seems like they're on the same part of the map. They both get two pieces. It happened in so many different occasions on the games that I was watching them play today, and it also happened a lot during North American regionals. So maybe they got sort of they like to run in pairs. We've seen a lot of that in Halo as well, which is sort of irrelevant. But in Call of Duty, when you have those duos paired together, especially in S&D and in Uplink, you'll see those players play together a lot.
Right, exactly. And I'm going to go over to now Group B, which was Prophecy, Denial, Hyper Games, as well as Clarity Gaming. Prophecy ended up winning this pool 3-0 or 3-0. Sorry, in their overall pool. Denial was able to take that second seed, finishing 2-1. Hyper Games finishing 1-2, and Clarity finishing 0-3. Clarity Gaming not picking up a single map, much like Vitality, basically played the exact same way. Unfortunately, in Hyper Games, able to take a map off of, I believe, who was that actually? I don't even know who that was. Who did Hyper Games take a map off? Or who did they win against?
They beat Clarity 3-0.
Okay, that's right. But to be honest, in this pool, I had Denial coming out in the first seed and Prophecy coming in the second one. To be honest, that matchup between Prof and Denial was really, really good. It went to a Game 5, very close game. Definitely did not predict Prophecy to beat Denial. In my opinion, you guys' thoughts? Did you guys think that was going to happen?
I didn't see that coming at all, actually. I don't know, just seeing Prophecy play earlier on and just getting destroyed, and then hearing their communication, it just didn't seem like they were all too confident to even be at this event. To see them end up beating Denial was pretty crazy to me. Who's usually always pretty pumped up, I'd say. They always got that energy going. Even if they're losing, they're still trying to communicate and work with one another. But we kind of see a lot of the players shut down pretty frequently on Prophecy, aside from Ricky, who's always got amazing communication.
Shout out to Ricky, by the way. He got a nice haircut. You guys see Ricky's haircut?
He's beautiful.
Is it not a bowl cut?
No, he changed it. That's the factor. It's the factor.
What?
If we can find a picture for Fatty,
send it to me. Send it to me.
Send a picture of Fatty, the new Ricky's new hairstyle.
Seen
It's the factory. That's why they won. That's why they won for sure.
Yes.
Totally doesn't have anything to do with skill. Just hair.
I mean, it also doesn't have pink eye anymore. That's a huge
true.
factor. Good job,
the new
Ricky.
meta.
Getting rid of that pink eye, getting your hair cut. He's a new man.
It's the new meta.
Oh, boy.
Pink eye's always bringing us down.
Oh man, but yeah, Prophecy able to win that pool as well as Denial coming in the second seed, and heading over to Group C, which is FaZe Red, Automatic Reload, Fabe, or is it Fab? How do you say it? I don't even know.
Fabulous.
Let's just
Fab.
I don't know.
We're gonna
What
fabricate
if it's pronounced like really weird wherever they're from, and it's like it's actually Fubu, like Fubu. Fubu.
Oh man, Shark Tank's gonna happen.
Bringing it back.
Oh
I definitely
gosh!
don't know
All
how
right.
to pronounce
Well,
that.
So who
however
was
you
the
pronounce their
fourth
name.
for All Stars, or did they
Fourth?
play with 3 people?
no, they played
I'm
with 4.
Yeah. So who's the fourth? Because I'm looking at COD Sportspedia and I see Rush, Torres, Sempa, and nobody else. LXC.
Yeah, because there was some big play that LXT made earlier. And I'm trying to remember what it was. Was it an 8? No, it wasn't an ace. It was not an ace. LXT did something really impressive. I'm trying to remember what the play was, and it's killing me that I can't remember it. But yes, LXT was their fourth.
Thanks, Thomas, for the picture. Ricky,
Did you see the picture of him?
Yeah.
Looks
He's
nice.
breaking out his
Handsome.
inner fizz or something.
He's a handsome young man right there. All right. Well, anyway, like I said, it was FaZe Red, Automatic Reload, Fabe, Germany or DE, and Fabe All Stars. In this pool, FaZe Red was able to take the entire pool 3-0, which gave them the first seed. Automatic Reload came in second, which they also went 2 and 1. Fabe Germany went 1 and 2, and Fabe All Stars ended up going 0 and 3, not winning any series. They actually took off a couple maps, but weren't able to come away with any games. Actually, there was a really close game between Fabe All Stars and Fabe Germany. I watched a couple of those maps. Like I kept going back and forth between different games and whatnot. A very close series. I think All Stars were up 2-0, and the Germany team ended up like coming back. Like it was crazy. Like they ended up coming back, ended up beating their brother team, which I thought was kind of interesting. You don't really want your brother team to come back and beat you.
It's also funny to see that like they're going against one another in their own organization. They're the only teams that. Like those were really the only close series they had was against one another. When they played the American teams, it was kind of one-sided. and Automatic Reload was not letting them up. Was not letting them do anything. FaZe Red, 3-2?
Yeah,
3-2. Oh no, that was Automatic Reload. FaZe Red 3-0'd them. Both of them.
Oh yes.
So, that's exactly what I'm saying. It's just I mean, it kind of shows, the American teams are obviously on top. That's just how it is in the Call of Duty scene. The American teams usually perform the best overall. So, just goes to show,
Yeah.
Right, and in this pool, nothing really out of the ordinary. I was actually kind of surprised how well AR did. I believe they came out really strong against FaZe Red. FaZe Red were obviously able to clutch up against AR and whatnot. Actually went to a game 5, which I was kind of surprised about. I think AR is a really good team, but just looking at FaZe Red's lineup, like I just cannot get over their lineup and how they just don't. I don't know. It just kind of frustrates me. But they ended up going. Yeah, they ended up going 3-0 though, so that was good. Obviously, and ended up going 9 and 2. The only maps they lost to were obviously against Automatic Reload. Automatic Reload, the only series they lost to was against FaZe Red. Obviously, do you guys have anything else besides that, or was that kind of what you guys had in your pool?
That's what I had.
I mean, all right, are you asking about our opinions on the performance in the group? Is that what you're saying?
I mean, like, did you guys predict FaZe Red to come out in the first seed and AR in the second, or did you have something different?
Oh, I see what you're saying. No, that's looks about right to me. I mean, I've been trying to see FaZe Red be successful for a while now, and they just haven't been. I'm upset that it even went 3-2. It went to game 5 for FaZe Red Automatic Reload. I mean, Automatic Reload is nothing against them. They're a great team. It's just looking at the FaZe lineup. It's a squad of 4 amazingly talented players. Slasher and Enable have been the top slayers all throughout Season 1 of Advanced Warfare. Parasite, he's been amazing in every Call of Duty game he's touched. And Aches, he's just a 19 times champion. I mean, in case you guys haven't heard that in the past, Aches is a fantastic player himself. So it just confuses me as to why they're not performing as well as they should. Seeing them get beaten by TR on the main stage at regionals was a shocker too.
Agreed. Yeah, absolutely. So let's go ahead and head into Group D, which was obviously Optic Nation, Gamers 2, Exile 5.T1, and SSOF Gaming. To be honest, in this pool, I had Optic Nation coming in the first seed, which ended up being correct, and Exile 5.T1 coming in the second seed. So this was a pool actually I got wrong. Wow, I got something wrong. But anyway, no surprise really with SSOF. I think they were the Brazilian team. Weren't able to get any series their way and whatnot. But Gamers 2 actually had a pretty good game between them and Exile. I was actually really enjoying that game.
Do you think this is the easiest bracket?
I don't think so, because we saw that Optic Nation and Gamers 2, although it was a 3-0, was not convincing. Every single game was close. I believe that was a series. Was it them and SSOF? I think it was them and Gamers 2 that was really... Yeah, it was definitely them. Every series is extremely close, especially that hard point.
I'm looking here. Yeah, every game... Like, there was 3 games that went 3-0 and 3 games that went 3-1. So, to me, looking at all these pools, Fatty, I don't know. See, Gamers 2 is a good team. I think it's hard. It's hard. Honestly, if I'm a team and I got put in this pool, if I'm Optic Nation, I got put in this pool, I'm like, all right, cool. Like, I'm excited. Like, no offense to these teams or anything, but I'm pretty excited. Like, I got Gamers 2, a Spanish team, not the most well-known Call of Duty team, but they're known. Exile, the T1 Daughters, kind of from last year. I think they only have like 1 player from that roster from last year. A pretty good team, but SSOF not really a known team. To be honest, I'm happy that I'm in this pool. There's a lot of other pools that I definitely wouldn't have wanted to be in. Like I said, if I'm Optic Nation, I'm happy with my pool, and obviously they definitely dominated. They went 3-0 and only lost 1 map overall. So
do you think if AR's in that in Optic Nation's place, do you think AR wins that bracket or that pool?
I think so.
Yeah,
I just don't know how they would do against Gamers 2.
I think you could almost put any like mid-tier American team in that bracket and they'd come out on top.
I really don't know, just because I haven't seen enough from Gamers 2 yet.
Yeah.
I really don't know.
Right, and Optic Nation did beat Gamers 2, but every game was close. Like we said, while a lot of these games are 3-0s, toward the end of the day, we saw a lot of games that were 3-0s, but very, very close. Like, every game was super close. It might say 3-0 in the stat book, but overall, it was very, very close series. So, like I said, Optic Nation coming in the first seed, and Gamers 2 coming in the second seed. I didn't have Gamers 2 in the second seed. I had actually Exile 5.T1 coming in the second seed, so I was wrong on that one. What did you guys have for that one? Like, who'd you have in the first and second seed?
I was definitely thinking Optic Nation, but I honestly did not know much to think about the next 3 teams. I haven't had a lot of history on them. As we see in the chat, Gomalism is actually saying that G2 took maps off of Optic and Gfinity and Black Ops 2, but I didn't really know what to... I still don't know what to make of that, because it's from so long ago. But I honestly expected Optic Nation to come out on top. I expected it to be a lot more convincing than what it was, especially in those games against G2.
All right, Fatty?
I think I would have probably put Exile up in front of Gamers too. That was probably the only thing.
All right, let's go ahead.
Either way.
Oh, sorry. You're good.
Well, I was gonna say either way. Like I said, I think this pool in particular is probably the most volatile. At least it was. I'm excited to see what Gamers 2 can do moving forward.
Exactly. And we'll have to see what the bracket looks like. I don't think Goalie has the bracket been released yet. Do we know? No, it's not. Not yet. Okay. Well, if we get it tonight, we'll definitely show you guys probably if Goalie's up for that. We can maybe show you guys the bracket and whatnot. So let's go ahead into Group E, which was Envious, Mind Freak, Team Menace, which was Team Finland, I believe. Now under Team Menace. And under Radix Gaming. Envy was able to win this pool 3-0. Not a big surprise. They were able to beat Mind Freak, who I thought might come out in the first seed. But Mind Freak able to come in the second seed, finishing 2-1. The one loss was obviously to Envy. Team Menace finished 1-2, and under Radix Gaming finished 0-3, only winning one map the entire in their entire group of those 3 games. So for me, like I said, I had this prediction down. That game against Mind Freak, though, was a really, really good game. Mind Freak definitely a team to look at. While it was a 3-0, I believe that game went like it was very, very close every single game while it was a 3-0. Is that right? I'm pretty sure it was a close game.
I actually didn't get to catch a lot of this group. I only got to go back and look at VODs that I had recording on my own, and I didn't get to watch over them all because I was trying to watch the games that were still live at the time. But I think that you're right. I think that you're right.
Let's see here.
I just see 9-0 in that map win-loss category for Envy, and I'm kind of thinking this group's like the one up above it, where you could probably stick any good team, any good American team in there, and they're just going to whoop the pants off of all of them. And especially Envy, the only team going 9-0, like the whole or day or so far 9-0. A couple 9-1s, 9-2 in there, but that just shows Team Envy is on its game and they're playing just opponents that aren't up to task.
Right. Yeah, and to be honest, heading into this, Envy, I don't know their exact. I should probably know their record. They weren't doing very well in the league, so this is definitely good for them. They're doing well in their pool. Beating a team like Mind Freak was a big deal because obviously Mind Freak, one of the best teams coming from, I would say, a different country besides the United States or the NA, I guess you could say. So that was a big win for them. Like Fatty said, finishing 9-0, a very impressive finish for Envy. Definitely something that they wanted, and like I said, they did finish in the first seed. So that was also Mind Freak coming in the second one. Actually finished 6-5 overall in map count. So a lot of close games for them. But however, they were able to win and get in the second seed. So good things for Mind Freak. Definitely looking for good things or good things for them in the future for Mind Freak. I think they're a really, really good team, and I'm looking to see big things from them. So do you have anything else to say about Group E before we go to Group F? Anything?
I'm just proud of Envy's performance. They themselves have said they've been in a slump lately, and to see them come and perform on LAN and still. I'm glad they didn't drop a single map. I'm happy to see them sort of picking it up. I hope that it continues when the competition gets a little bit stiffer or a little bit more stiff as we get to the American teams. But I gotta say, I'm proud of Envy.
There you go.
Yeah,
I
think they played well.
Sorry, I'm not trying to interrupt you. I think it's like Skype's behind.
It's my
so
fault.
It's like,
I'm like behind. I haven't done this for a little while, and it takes a little bit to get used to it.
Sorry, we just gotta get the gears going.
Tired.
Just gotta get the gears going.
I know, right?
I'm not tired. I'm invincible. I can stay up forever.
Fatty, I'm so happy.
That was a complete joke. I'm tired, but I get you. We got it, man.
Oh, all right. Group F. Let's do the Group F.
West Coast events, man. You gotta love them.
All right, man. All right. Group F, which was consisting of TR, Aware Gaming, the UK team, not to be confused with the previous American team, 3ZEP Enterprises, and Team Infused. TR was able to take the first seed, winning 3-0 and finishing 9-2 in overall map count. The Aware team finishing 2-1, which they also got the second seed for this group as well. 3ZEP Enterprises just coming up a little bit short, finishing 1-2, and Team Infused not winning, only winning one map in their entire groups, and finishing overall 0-3. Like I said, Infused, I believe, was playing with their coach. Is that correct, goalie? Yes. Yes, because they lost Reedy, got in a little bit of confrontation. We won't go into that or anything like that. But
yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, so they didn't actually have their full team. They weren't like really prepared, and I don't think they could actually play with a player that was in. I don't know exactly how the rules work, but they had to play with their coach. Either way, that's just something they didn't really want to do. And look to see bigger things from Infused, but since their, I guess you'd say their difficulties, it wasn't really a surprise. TR played very well. If you guys don't know TR's roster, it's Remy, Nagafen, Facento, and Aqua. Really played well today, and saw some good things from them. The Aware team, I was really surprised at how well they did. I thought that they would do well, but I saw some really good plays out of Aware. Was really happy with them.
Dude, I absolutely knew Revenge was going to come in here and sweep through people. I figured that they would have some sort of difficulty against the Aware game, and they did drop one map against them. But just watching Team Revenge play at regionals, and then just I've known Facento as a solid player for a while now, specifically in S&D.
Yeah.
I was not surprised one bit they went 3-0. You know, TR is just a fantastic team. Aware Gaming, seeing PD. I think PD put on a great performance on every solo hardpoint map, if I'm remembering correctly. And, you know, it makes sense these two top teams are where they're at.
Right there. I definitely agree with that. So, do you have any last words before we go ahead and go to Group G? Anything else?
I just want to say threes up. I'm glad they picked up some maps. I know they're an underdog, but Strife, Cali, both great players. People that I've associated with at events. Vert and Dimmy, also great players. So I'm just glad to see like some of these guys that I've hung out with at events, and just that have been around for a while. Start to do well and make it to champs. I think that's awesome.
Yeah, and threes up. They Khalifa was an amazing S&D player playing against any team. He was dropping numbers. There was actually a series against Orbit at regionals where there was a reset. First off, the first game before the reset, the original when it started, he was going 7-0, and then when there was a reset in the last couple of rounds, they went 5-0 to end the game. And this dude, when he goes on a streak, he really goes on a streak. And Bert is just probably their best respawn player, honestly. So
yeah,
they got a bit of a can't find words. English is hard. Bit of a system going there. There we go. Found it.
Yeah, definitely good experience for threes up. Definitely going to be good for them as they continue on in their careers. And shout out to Hilton as well.
I mean, they only won one map. So, no, that's not true. They 3-0'd Infuse. Okay, I was gonna say they only won one map, and I wasn't sure where you were getting that from. I was ready to disagree with you, but you're right. They did 3-0 Infused, but at the same time, like we just said, they were playing with their coach as their fourth. So, yeah. I don't know. I feel like I'd be a little disappointed in that performance.
Well, I was talking about for threes up, yeah, but
yeah.
Right. All right, let's go ahead into Group G. Group G was a really surprising group for me. Definitely did not predict what happened in this group. But however, FaZe Black finishing in the first seed, getting 3-0 overall, below 0, actually getting the second seed, finishing 2-1. TCM Gaming finishing in the third spot, going only 1-2, and Essentia Gaming finishing 0-3. First off, I want to mention TCM losing to below 0 3-0. Below 0 3-0 TCM to get that second spot. 100% did not predict that. That to me was one of the biggest surprises of the entire tournament. I had a lot of people tweeting me. There's like, TCMs, they're not good. They suck. They're not even good. They should be in that second seed. No offense. I've casted over below 0. I think I actually casted over it with Fatty. They're a good team, but TCM has a lot of known players. They have Jerd. They have a lot of well-known UK players that are just very talented. I was very surprised about that. For me personally, I was I don't know. I can't even speak. It's weird. It was surprising.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think TCM performed too well at all anyways. I mean, seeing FaZe Black just completely stomp them into the ground. I mean, we saw the things that Apathy was doing to them. I don't even know how this game's still rated M at that point. Like, Apathy was just disrespectful in game to them. It was crazy. He was destroying them and getting, like you said, getting 3-0 by below 0. They only beat Essentia Gaming, and that's not really all that amazing because they only picked up one map this entire, pool play. So they beat the worst team in the group. They didn't do so hot against the other two.
Right. Yeah. I hate to say it. TCM, they're in the season 2, which is great for them. They're going to get a lot of good experience. I believe they're like 2-4 right now. I think they're like in 9th place overall. I know they're really down about this loss. I saw them tweeting on Twitter. They're really down on themselves. It really is a shame. It sucks for them, but maybe them being in the league will bring them up. They can only get better. From this, and hopefully, they'll improve, and we'll see them maybe even make it into the season playoffs, possibly for season 2. So we'll have to see what happens with that. Heading into the final group, the group of death, Group H, considered another possible upset. I think a lot of people had Epsilon in the top 2 seeds for this, but however, it was TK coming out in the first seed, finishing 3-0. SB coming in second seed, finishing overall 2-1. I believe my maps aren't fully updated. I have Epsilon 0-2, so that's not right. 1-2. They finished 1-2. There we go. And then also got third in this group, and Inscroll Nation finishing 0-3, getting fourth. Did any of you guys have SB beating Epsilon? Just curious.
That's tough. It's so tough. I don't know. It's just those three AR players from Epsilon. Just seeing them on a lot of the maps today that kind of favored AR players like Solar and Retreat, facing up against SB. Whereas I think on SB, we only have really 2 solid AR players on SB today, which was, gosh, why am I not remembering? Dito. And their other mainly AR player, I believe, is John. And it's just the maps they were playing on were not in favor of a non-dominant. And then the 3 AR players on Epsilon are fantastic. We had Shane, we had Swanee, the best AR in the game. A lot of people would argue, and Mad Cat, who was just playing phenomenally today, especially against TK. He was doing great. So I don't know, SB over Epsilon. It's tough to say. I honestly. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what I would have thought about that.
I just always think you don't underestimate SB. I think they can be a little streaky, but if Dito's knocking on all of his cylinders, he's one of the best players. I think you can put him up there as one of the best, Slayers, period. I think Fwiz actually said that. But, just don't ever count them out. That being said, I think I would have picked Epsilon over SB. I thought Epsilon might even take this group. But that Epsilon TK was probably one of the best series I've seen in a long time. That was a great series. Good comeback by TK.
Yeah, they were down. They obviously made the comeback and won 3 games straight. For me, in the beginning, I actually made a prediction video, not shouting my video out or anything. I was like, watch out for SB. They're to me a wild card team. They can either do really well or they're going to not do well at all. I think they definitely proved it whenever they won, and obviously ended up winning against Epsilon and whatnot. And we're able to come in the second seed. So. Even Nestle was very determined before he even came into this tournament. He's like, we're going to win. We're going to be in the finals versus Optic. Whether that happens or not, I don't know. But you gotta shout out the guys on SB. They did very well. It really sucks to see Epsilon not in the in this group, at least moving on. I would have liked to at least see either TCM or Epsilon move on, but regardless, it really does suck because another really great UK team just didn't move on.
I was so expecting to see Epsilon beat TK. I really was. I'm not gonna lie. I was really confident in them. I know so many close games. I was fully confident in Epsilon versus TK. Against SB, I sort of was as well, but SB clearly showed that they were not going to lose that series.
I'm getting it's kind of funny. You talk. Oh, sorry, I got a story.
No, you're good.
It's funny that you talked about how Neslo always wants to win. I think every time I've done the STiKS and we end up talking about Neslo, he DMs me if he's watching and says, "I'm going to win champs. I'm going to win." I got 5 or 6 DMs saying we're going to win champs. So he's very determined, and I think he's one to watch in the next couple series with SB. If he starts going off, SB could have a lot of momentum. Oh, bracket released.
OMG, guys, the bracket's released.
Let's start off the air horns and the red alarms, the big red flashing lights, because we were prepared for this.
Oh gosh, that bracket's we totally knew this was gonna happen, guys.
Bring in the dancing lobsters. Let me find this bracket really quick.
The dancing lobsters. It's so small.
All right,
take your time.
We will get it on stream here very shortly. We might even go over it a little bit. Before we do that, I want to mention, what did you guys think of Drift? Now that we're done with the pools and kind of going over those, Drift, what did you guys think of it? Did you guys like the merry-go-round with the reindeers? Did you guys like that, or? The Avalanche.
Drift, dude. I cannot. All right, dynamic map elements. I'm a little afraid to see this trend continue in Call of Duty. It started off fine in Black Ops 2. You could turn them off, and when you turned them off, you turned them all off. And then in Ghosts, it wasn't really that, like, some of the ones for the maps that we use anyways, they weren't really that game changing. They actually added to the strategy. Even though we all like to bash Ghosts, myself included, there were some things in Ghosts that were fantastic with map elements, such as on Octane, on Freight, with the doors and everything. But on Drift, the Avalanche literally cuts off an entire section of the map. This is the exact reason we don't use recovery, because it makes you move and it makes an entire area
of the map,
unaccessible. This is it frustrates me, man. I don't know. I'm not a fan of Drift. I like the map itself. If we could just get rid of that Avalanche, I think it'd be a great map for us.
It looks pretty.
No, you're kidding.
Oh my gosh, are you kidding?
Excuse me?
OG versus Denial in the first round?
What? There's losers bracket, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's double them.
Oh now man.
What?
That's kind of crazy. Why would you do that?
It's random.
I know, but I picked those first two, and then I'm like, let's reshuffle.
Dude, and then the winner of that gets to play either TK or below zero, which I think is going to be TK. And if we see Optic beat Denial,
bold prediction.
TK again already.
Oh my
gosh.
Nuts. Okay. Gola, do you have the bracket up so we can maybe read it off?
Oh, okay. Dude, my Skype might crash. I'm getting some weird error.
Hopefully you're still here. Oh, so can we read it off if we want to? Okay. So it looks like, I'm sorry, it's really it's very hard to read, so I'm gonna have to get really close to the screen, put on my glasses here. It looks like the first round, like we said, will be Optic Gaming versus Denial. That's gonna be absolutely insane. And obviously the winner of that, like we said, is going to be facing off against the winner of Below Zero versus TK. Probably TK will win that. I think it's safe to say that for sure. And either way, that's going to be a insanely good game. You know what I mean? That's going to be a really, really good game, at least in my opinion.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, no one's going to disagree with you. The arguably
no one better disagree.
I mean, if they are, they have the wrong opinion. You chose the wrong one when the right one's right in front of you. You just gave you the right opinion. So, all right, great. Moving on. What's the next? What's the next thing I got to agree with?
Can you imagine though? Can you imagine either Optic or Denial is gonna have to make a losers bracket run? They're gonna have to make it all the way if they want to win champs or I don't know, man. They're the two best teams right now, and one of them's gonna have to go to the losers bracket off the bat.
That's rough. I mean, if Optic goes losers bracket, who are they really going to lose to? I'm trying to look through here. I mean, I don't see them losing too many respawns to ON. S&D might be another story. We saw how close their matches against TK were. I don't know.
That's insane. Okay, well, are we getting people in here, goalie? Are we getting Fatty? Are we getting
I'm here. Sorry about that.
Bro, you're ruining the whole. Now we got to start all over.
Right, guys. What is going on, guys? My name is
So what'd you guys say about Denial and Optic?
We just mentioned that one out of the two best teams is going to automatically be in the loser bracket.
I think one of these two teams will win the whole tournament.
No, I agree. I think it'll be Optic.
It might be the one who goes to the losers bracket.
Oh man,
just saying that's a bold prediction from.
But can you say Denial beats Optic?
Fatty.
Say Denial beats Optic. Optic's in the losers bracket. Can they make it through?
Yeah, of course.
Well, I mean, obviously that was kind of a dumb
And then
question,
if Denial goes to the losers bracket, they're going to lose to Prophecy. If Prophecy makes it all the way through all this, if they meet up in the losers bracket, if Prophecy ends up losing, I don't know. But I see Prophecy beating Denial again for sure.
Who goes further, Prophecy or Envy?
Oh, Hold on, let me see the team that Prophecy actually lost to earlier. It was.
This is insane. Okay, you're good, goalie. Shout out to goalie, the best producer in the world. So you're welcome.
Repeat that question again. Let me hear that. Goalie, not goalie. Smiting. What was your question?
I said I asked who's going to go further, Prophecy or Envy.
And we're assuming they go to the losers bracket. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
All right, I need to see that graphic again. Then see these.
Is it still there?
Yeah, that's where I was looking at it from. It's not there anymore. Okay, great. There we go. Oh, this is beautiful. This is absolutely fantastic.
Oh, I'm going to the stream. Hold up.
Yeah, this is pretty. Yeah, we're just now seeing it. We're behind. The chat's been ahead of us for the longest time and already has their opinions formed. But
that is so nice.
In the losers bracket.
The ego's real. Oh, poor Hitch. He wants to get in.
Hitch join. I put it in the Skype chat. If you want, can we have Hitch join?
Yeah, I put it in there too, bro. What are you doing? No, but
jeez. All right, so let's see. So does
just rage at us and told us we sucked. So
let's see. I'm looking.
Hey, bro, I can go back and watch Grey's Anatomy right now. Messing with my Netflix time. No, man. All right.
There's some good matchups right here, guys.
I think Hitch just wants to talk about Drift. I feel like if we get Hitch in here, we're going back 20 questions about Drift.
Why are so many people getting timed out? Stop being dumb in the chat.
Hitch, are you here with us?
Can we get a "We love you" Hitch spam in the chat, please?
Is Hitch on his phone or something?
Change the mood.
Oh Hitch live from COD Champs.
Bro, you're killing the game.
Oh man. I'm just looking
Hitch, can you hear us, friend? All right, we phoned a friend. The connection's breaking up. I think the intergalactic electromagnetism rays are interfering with our call.
It's actually his fro. It's just he can't hear. His phone's not close enough to his ear. He actually lost his phone in his fro.
All right.
Wait, Fatty, what was your question a minute ago? You said who will make it farther?
Yeah, I was thinking out of Prophecy or Envy.
If they lose, who makes it farther in the losers bracket?
No, well, no, just who, like, in general.
Who overall will make it farther?
Yeah. I don't know why I chose those two.
Can you hear me?
Yay, Hitch!
What's up, homies?
Hey, dude, your voice sounds a lot better now.
Well, it sounded better because we didn't hear anything, so.
I heard him. I heard some, like, when he joined, it was like he was falling down a well or something.
Oh, that's because I still had my audio still on my computer, so you were hearing yourselves.
Yeah. Oh, hey, man. Well, it's fine. How you doing today, man? How's COD Champs?
Doing all right, man. I worked stupid hard today.
Hey, great.
I have a lot of stuff going on. I still have a lot to do tonight, but I thought I'd just hop in here and say whoever drew the names out of the hat and chose to use this bracket is out of their minds. That is insane. Beautiful. I'm pretty sure goalie did it. Blame goalie. Hashtag
goalie thoughts goalie. Why'd you do this? Hashtag blame goalie on Twitter.
Why do you think goalie had the bracket ready so dang fast? Because he made it.
Thanks, man. Thanks for this.
You really caused this chaos. So
it's fun.
Optic versus Denial in the first round. Like, I'm just looking at this. Like, what time are the games? Do we know what time games are starting off? Start at 9:15. 9:15 Pacific time. Okay, so that's about the same time. I think it's exactly the exact same time. So,
all right. According to the chat, it says the brackets are not random. They had winner of A face loser of B, and so on and so forth. I'm trying to make sense of that.
Yeah, it's
So-
A1 versus B2, C1 versus D. Like cut underscore stats just tweeted it out how it works.
Yeah.
But
Okay,
regardless, that's insane. Like that, just automatically how that works. Two are arguably, not really arguably to me, the two best teams facing off at the first round. Like I said, one of the best teams is going to be a loser's bracket off the bat. And we saw Denial do that, last tournament, make an insane loser's bracket run?
Yeah, they can do it again. Absolutely.
Yeah, but there's some really good teams. They're going to, we see Below Zero versus TK, Aware versus Envy. Loser of that will be in the loser's bracket. Loser of AR versus ON. FaZe Red versus Gamers 2. Mind Freak versus TR. That's going to be a really good game. FaZe Black versus SB and Orbit versus Prof.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can do it.
I think that their hardest matchup might be against. I want to say ON, but I also kind of want to say assuming ON loses, even though I don't know. I don't really know how it's gonna turn out. We're just going to assume these two. I'm going to pick two random names. If they lose, they lose, right? Their hardest match would probably be against ON, and would probably be against. Hold on, I can't read. I want to say FaZe Black. Either of the FaZe teams, really. Even though we saw them, I think FaZe Red took only one map from them at regionals. Is that what it was?
Over who?
Over Denial.
I don't know, to be honest.
I think they took one map because it went to game 4.
Is that are you talking losers or?
Yeah, we're assuming
We're assuming Optic wins.
Their hardest matchups of anybody in loser. Yeah, assuming Optic wins. That's what we're talking about.
Yeah. TK. I mean, if TK happens, or if TK loses to Optic in the next round, assuming they pass below 0. Oh. It's going to go away soon because goalie's mean. Yep, there it goes. They don't need to see our faces. I'm ugly.
But let's say Optic
I'm just a
beats
big ball
Denial.
of beautiful.
A big ball
Personally.
of beautiful?
A big ball of beautiful. A big sentient ball of beautiful.
But let's say Optic beats Denial. I think TK will beat Below Zero. No offense to Below Zero, but I think TK will beat them. Optic versus TK. They've been landing together. They know a lot about each other.
God, that's true.
They've gone to Game 5, Round 11s in the past.
Mhm.
Second round, one of those teams will also be in the loser's bracket. I'm done. I don't know, man. I hate how this worked out.
Yeah,
This is so
it's
dumb.
crazy.
I don't think that the overall standings will reflect how the teams did. It's just how the bracket worked.
Well, I mean, I don't know. We'll see what happens. I think this top bracket, or at least the one before on the left side, I think that might be a little harder than the one on the right side. Oh man, no, they're about the same. Who do you think's gonna win? Everything.
For who? Everything?
Anybody. Yeah.
I don't know, man. I mean, everybody's saying Optic, which I think is pretty easy to agree with that. I just want to see some more of the competition tomorrow. Obviously, strats and attitudes are a lot more different from regionals than they are here. So, I just want to see what everything's gonna be like tomorrow to really have that opinion. I feel like it's too early to tell.
Arizona's
It's
gonna
COD
win.
champs, man. What did you say?
So I think Arizona's gonna win. Oh, wrong
Optic's
bracket.
Scumpy already
Sorry.
won. So,
Clever. Fatty's clever.
I'm clever. No,
Hitch.
gosh,
Good.
Hitch. Who do you think's gonna win?
Between Optic and Denial?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Optic game 5.
Game 5. Who wins between Optic and if TK beats Below Zero?
Optic.
Oh. He said TK.
Optic, but I
Interesting.
think Denial goes all the way to grand finals.
I do too. But I think whoever, I think this matchup we're going to see that again in the grand finals.
Here, you know what I
So,
think?
What do you think?
I think we see. Honestly, I think we either see Optic. I don't know, man.
I already said I think they might lose to Denial and then cruise through the losers bracket and win.
I wouldn't say cruise though.
Oh no, they cruise.
Oh no,
Yeah, they won't.
They light a fire under Nade's butt and they just go.
Not sure that works. I don't know, man. Like, it's just like arguably three of the best. Oh my god, I don't know. Like, okay, say that Optic either loses to Denial or TK, whichever one. I don't know which one. Like, they have a chance of, like, just looking at the matchups. They could play Mind Freak or Revenge. They could play FaZe Black or SB, the loser of those two games. Like, they can lose to FaZe Black. Like a lot of people think, well, it's Optic. You know, they're not going to lose. Like, Optic's a very morale-based team. If they lose to someone like Denial and they're in the losers bracket, they realize how far of a road they have to make it to even get to a chance where they have to win 2 best-of-5s to win champs. I don't know if they can do it, to be honest.
I think we see Denial and Revenge in losers bracket finals.
Denial and Revenge. You think Revenge is going to beat Optic? Or
No.
I'm sorry. I don't know why I worded it like that. You think that who do you think would make the climb through losers for that? Do you think they both? Wait a minute.
I think
need to see Revenge,
because Revenge is going to play. First of all, Revenge is going to beat Mind Freak. Then I think they're going to upset FaZe Red, and then and then that puts them playing possibly FaZe either all of those teams. Any of those teams could come out between FaZe Black, SB, Orbit, and Prof. Possibly FaZe Black is where people are looking at right now.
Prof looks strong.
Yeah, but I think Revenge beats them. And then I think Optic 3-0's Revenge. Or even if Revenge loses, I think they go through losers bracket. Regardless of what happens, I think they're going to be in losers bracket finals.
All right, we're getting ready to move on because we've been kind of focusing on this a little bit. What we're going to do, I want you guys to give me, since it's March Madness time, I want you guys to give me your final 4 that you guys think will be in the winners bracket, not the losers bracket. I want you guys to think who will be in the final 4 in the winners bracket. Who you guys think will survive through that, and then we will move on to our final topic for tonight. Whoever wants to start, feel free. We'll just go around and we'll.
I'll go first. I think we're gonna see.
Do you see that graphic again?
We're gonna see Optic, and then we'll see Optic and Envy, I think.
Okay.
And then on the other side, it's going to be FaZe Red and SB.
SB, yeah,
go
okay.
out there, yeah.
I like that. All right, Hitch, do you have the bracket in front of you by chance?
Yeah. What do you want me to say? Grand finals?
Like, in the overall, who do you think will be in the final 4 from the winners bracket? So the final 4 teams that will be left. Yeah.
Optic. Automatic Reload. Revenge. And man, I don't even know. Those bottom 4.
I know, it's hard.
What did you guys say
last
for the
4
bottom?
are hard. Fatty said SB.
I said SB.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
I think that's probably the hardest one to choose, like you said.
I'm going to go with Prophecy because they played really well today.
You think Prophecy would beat either FaZe Black or SB?
I think if they play like they did today, they played really well today.
It's that Moach factor.
They beat Denial.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I feel like I could see Phase Black beating Prophecy, at least, if not SB.
And also in the guys put or in the chat, guys, put your final four or your final four you think will be in the winners bracket. So yeah, so Fox, you think who you think will be in the final four for the winners bracket?
My final four, Optic Gaming. I think that's the go-to for anyone really for this event. The second team, I want to say, oh, that is a tough one. I want to say either AR or Envy, and I'm trying to figure out which. I think I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna go with Envy. Let's just assume they pick it up and they play like the top players that they are. So we're gonna go OG and Envy, and then for the next two, I'm going to say Phase Red, but TR. That's so
there's
rough.
a lot of there's a lot of different interesting matchups that I think.
Yeah.
Well, I think we might be looking past Mind Freak a little. I mean, I think that's a team that could upset TR. I think that would be.
I think so.
I mean, I think if you ask
beat
anybody
TR.
from Australia, they would say yeah.
Well, of course. Anybody from
I just
Australia?
think TR can't look past Mind Freak, basically.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, we'll see how it goes tomorrow, but I don't know. I'm feeling, or today, because it is 2 a.m. Eastern Standard Time right now. But
The grind.
I gotta say, I'm feeling that's tough. I'll say TR, and then I'm going to say the other team will be either Prophecy or Phase Black.
Okay.
I'm counting Orbit out. I don't think I'm the only one counting Orbit out. I don't see Orbit doing too much tomorrow.
Yeah, I don't really either. I'm seeing a lot of OG Owens in the chat. Seeing some Denial, TK stuff.
See, I want to say Owen as well, but I just think AR is going to give them a run for their money, and that's the only reason why I'm not saying Owen.
If they get to that point, that's definitely going to be a good match. For me to go and end out who I think will be in the final four, I'm going to say it'd be Optic. You can't really count on Optic Gaming. I think if they can beat Denial and then TK, I think they can honestly just make it to the winners bracket. I think they'll be so hyped on that they'll be pretty good.
Hitch, potato, bro. Potato quality going on.
So
You're
bad.
froze rubbing on your microphone.
All right, I'm getting
Bro.
up anyway. You guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you,
Yeah,
man.
go to bed. Go to bed.
Thank you guys
We
so
need
much
you
for
working
letting me
hard.
hop on. Thank you, Kingdom, for being wise and old. And I love you guys. And we're gonna watch a lot of Call of Duty tomorrow. Fatty, I missed you and your freaking awesomeness.
I love you.
All right, bye guys.
Wow, missed you too. Missed you too, Hitch. Thanks. See ya.
Oh, all right, sorry, I miss you, Fox.
No, it's cool, dude. Have a good night.
Lando, the bando.
Hey,
right, see ya.
big names for days. All right, peace, Hitch.
Oh.
All right, so Hitch, obviously, if you guys didn't know, Hitch is actually at the event. He needs to get some sleep for tomorrow. Got a busy day. But I'm going to go and get off the bracket topic really fast. But I'm going to say my final four. I think it's going to be OG. I'm going to say ON. I think they can beat AR. I think if they get enough drive behind them, I think they can maybe even beat a good team, maybe even Envy. Along with that, I'm going to have FaZe Red. I think they can beat Gamers 2. And I think they can beat TR. They beat TR in the past, but they've had some really good series against TR. So I think it'll be OG, ON, FaZe Red, and I'm going to say Prophecy. I think Prophecy really impressed me today. I definitely think they can beat Orbit. That's going to be a really good game if FaZe Black plays Prophecy, in my opinion. That will be one of the best games of the tournament, but I'm going to say Prophecy ends up taking that. So what we're going to do now is going to head over to questions from Twitter. Goalie, do you have the questions from Twitter? Possibly, sir. Yes, I can give you 30 seconds.
I'll give you 31 seconds.
20.
I think so. All of us said FaZe Red's going to go through. Man,
I think all of us said OG and FaZe Red. I think all of us agreed on that.
it's that bottom four. That
Yeah,
bottom
that's-
four's tough.
It's definitely going to be
That's what I'm
interesting
saying,
tomorrow. That's for sure. A lot of...
Tomorrow's going to be awesome.
I think we'll see a lot of upsets. Possibly. I think.
Z Trollinator, I've been good. Thanks for asking.
Yeah, how's everyone doing in the chat? in the chat. I always say chat weird. Chat.
The chat.
Dude, you're just American. It's not weird. It's the only way, and it's the right way. That's what it is.
So you're saying other countries don't say it the right way?
That's exactly
All right.
what I'm saying.
Questions from Twitter.
All right, so let's go and go to the first question from Twitter, which comes from Heron Hamidi. He says, MVP of the day, ? And most impressive team so far. Who do you guys think was the MVP of today, in your opinion? If you need some time, I can answer, because I already thought of these ahead of time.
Oh, of course. Cheating, man.
I got to get you guys off guard. I got to make it sound like I know what I'm talking about.
Wow, MVP of the day.
Okay, I'm going to say I think Anticity
Yeah,
played
let me hear
really
yours.
well.
Prepared.
For AR, I think Anticity played super well. He played for AR, like I said, on Mac Reload. Had a really, really good day. I think Karma had a really good day as well. So for me, I'm going to name 3 people. I'm going to say Clay, Karma, and Anticity. They all played very well in all their games today.
Okay, I can get on board with that.
I can maybe even say Apathy. I could say Apathy up there as well.
That's the one person that I'm certain I wanted to say. I just wanted to come with some more than one person, but definitely Apathy, 100%. And then Nagafin. No one's gonna agree with me on that, but Nagafin. Love seeing him play. He did great today. Good job, buddy.
And Nagafin's good. I want to say, honestly, Mad Cat. I know that's going to sound weird because his team didn't really do well, but he played awesome in all the games that I saw.
Absolutely.
So he would have to be up there for me.
Yeah, both Mad Cat and Swanee for sure. At least Mad Cat for sure. Mad Cat was doing great.
And I think it was that second game they both dropped 40. Was it the first game or the second game? No, it must have been the first game.
I think it was the first
against TK.
Yeah, because that's when they were talking. That's when they were mainly talking about how Josh was the only sub player on their team. They were running 3 ARs on solo hardpoints. It was definitely the first map. I remember that specifically.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's mine.
So yours was Mad Cat, is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that wasn't far-fetched, I don't think.
Yeah.
I thought that was, I mean, you got to look at it, because a lot of the times you'll see really good players. Like, there's a lot of good players that are definitely the MVP of their team, but don't really get showed too much. Like, we saw Epsilon play a couple times. Mad Cat is very strong. So, and also a part of that question, and the most impressive team so far. So I'm going to kind of say, because there was a lot of teams that went 3-0 today, what team surprised you today? I'll kind of edit that question a little bit. What team surprised you guys today that you thought wouldn't do as well as they actually did?
Well, I mean, I kind of like that question. The most impressive, I'd easily go with Epsilon. And still, what team most surprised you was Epsilon. Their show against TK was crazy to me. I mean, they're not a bad team. It just surprised me because they did so well on every map,
Until they lost.
Until they lost.
Well, yeah.
I'm going to go with Below Zero. I think that's an organization that everybody overlooks. I actually coached Below Zero, not this team, but back in Anaheim. But I would have never picked them to beat TCM. And I'm kind of shocked that TCM lost, but give it to Below Zero. Those guys have worked hard and they're doing good.
Yeah, was that the same squad you coached, or was it a different?
No, it was
different.
Players.
Okay.
No, totally different squad.
Okay.
Yeah,
but I got the jersey right here.
Oh, do you?
It's beautiful.
Hey, looking sick. You got a lot of jerseys back there. You got TK jersey, Below Zero jersey. You got all kinds of all kinds of
good taste,
MLG wear.
Yeah, it's my little corner, the corner of jerseyness.
Jersey corner, Jersey Shore. All right. Anyway.
Oh well, no shores.
For me,
like
I definitely agree with what Fatty said. Below Zero to me played very well. Definitely did not have them beating TCM. Along with that, I had Prof. I honestly thought that Prof to me would finish behind Denial. I was really impressed with that win that they had against Denial. But for me, definitely the most surprising performance was Below Zero to me. But overall, I was also very impressed with Orbit. So that was just kind of what I had ahead of time. So we're going to go ahead and move on to the next question. We have from at SB or S Bronville. He asks, what is Epsilon's next move now that they've placed outside the top 16 at champs? Hashtag the STiKS. Thoughts, gentlemen, thoughts.
Probably go to Disneyland.
There you go. That's definitely going to bring up morale.
do.
Morale will be up after that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
I guess
with
they're
what money?
in LA, so they're a little bit of ways, but I don't know. Might as well have fun while you're on vacation.
With what money?
They got
Just saying.
with that COD champs money. Should they give them a little stipend? I don't even know.
It's definitely possible. It's definitely possible, but I don't know. What should Epsilon do? I mean, I'd say keep at it. I think they did well. I mean, they for not being able to play against American teams. Swanee really the only one that got to experience that. I'd say they had a pretty good performance. Went to Game 5 with TK, took a map off the SB. Who did they lose to? How did the Integral Nation Epsilon game turn out? Mine is
they beat them 3-2, I think.
They beat them 3-2. Okay, I mean, so just with more practice, I can see them holding their own against American teams. I mean, I don't know. That totally depends on what the organization wants to do. I mean, if they could afford to send a team to America and have them stay there, then go for it. But do you mean? I think he means roster changes. Is that what he's asking?
He just said, "What do you think? Like, what's their next move? Like, what do they do now? Like, it's kind of just it could be roster changes, I guess, but
I don't see the need for a roster change personally.
I can agree with that. I think honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I was a tad disappointed with how Epsilon did. I think they're a better team than SB. Granted, they had the hardest pool out of all of the pools. I know a lot of people were complaining about that. You know, they're in the hardest pool. How can you expect the UK community to grow if they're in the hardest pool? Which you can't really say that in a way, but I was impressed with some things that I saw. But they literally, arguably, they have 4 of the best players from the UK on one team. I would have loved to see them beat SB, but you're not going to win all the time. So, their next move for me, I wouldn't say make a roster change. I don't know what they're going to do. I don't know if they're going to go in separate ways. I know they formed this team solely for champs. I don't know what's going to go on after this. But for me, stick with it. They're a really good team. I can definitely see them, doing well in the future. They're definitely the most dominant team in the UK. 100%, they absolutely dominated their regional qualifiers. So yeah. So let's go move on to the next question, which comes from @_King status _ most impressive team and player so far. Did we already ask that question?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, we didn't.
Most impressive?
No, we did.
I picked 2 questions that were the same.
Goodness.
Gosh darn it.
Oh my goodness.
Then we got to start all over again.
Oh no, Landon's a scrub. Well, thank you, King Status, for the question. Thank you for the question. I'm sorry, we already answered your question, but
good job,
thank you
dude.
anyway. All right, the next question comes from Goalie TV. I'm pretty familiar with him. The next question comes from Goalie TV. It's some random guy. I think he's like on Twitter. I don't know what he does. Anyway, he says, on a scale of Kingdom Soldier to Optic Gaming, how tired are you right now?
Fatty.
Fatty, right?
I'm not tired at all. I'm excited for this podcast. I'm having a good time with you guys.
Get to watch Grey's Anatomy and stuff.
I'm enjoying the show, man. I'm enjoying my time here. I'm not tired at all. You guys wake me right up.
So basically, what the question is asking, from detriment to all the way to the top, how tired are you guys right now?
Optic Gaming our detriment? What?
No.
No,
oh no! Here comes the hate, Fatty. Thank you.
No, it's jokes.
It's a joke. It's joke. It's joke.
It's joke.
It's only game.
In my country.
it's only a game.
All right, guys. This is the last question. We're going to end it out with this question, and then we'll do our outros and whatnot. So the last question comes from. Oh, I hate Twitter names, dude. Zenith. He says, hashtag the STiKS is drift S&D. Is drift
MLG. Oh my God. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're
I'm
fine.
12 years old.
No, you're good. he asks, "Is Drift S&D a bad map?" We kind of touched on this a little bit, but we didn't. Like, I think Hitch was coming to the call at the time. But what is your guys' opinions on Drift? Do you guys think it's a bad map, or you think it's good to have it in the rotation, or you guys think we just should have got rid of it, the whole idea?
You know, honestly, I haven't played it once, and today was my first day even seeing it. And I like the way it looks. I don't like dynamic map elements unless it's like exploding cars that you can make explode, or like bats of Ebola that you explode. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It just seems like they added it just to add something from, the DLC, just to do it. So I guess in that respect, I don't like it. So yeah, get rid of it.
Fox?
Yeah, I totally agree. It feels like they're just adding these things because they feel like they need it on there. They're kind of tacked on. They don't really add. They don't add anything to the strategy. They just create another obstacle, just another issue on the map. It doesn't bring anything to it. It's just a map hazard that exists just to exist. It's like if you guys played Halo at all, like just imagine in the middle of Guardian if they just put a kill ball that spawns 3 minutes into the game just it's a hazard. Surprise! You better work around it.
Avalanche.
It's just totally unnecessary. It's something that can be planned ahead of time because you know when it comes, but what does it do for anyone? It doesn't make the gameplay more interesting. Now people just got to avoid this giant kill ball in the middle of the map, and it doesn't change the way the game plays at all in a positive way. Anyways, I think that we're moving away from how good our dynamic map elements have been because they've been here the whole time since even COD 4 when we had the cars that could blow up. Even in Black Ops 2 where they added some stuff to the sound mechanics where if you bumped into a car that wasn't blown up, another person could actually hear that, and that was crucial for S&D. If you bumped into a barrel, if you bumped into a car, stuff like that, it added to the gameplay. Dead silence wasn't this flawless perk, So I think that we're kind of moving away from where dynamic map elements were good, and again in Ghosts where you could open the doors and close the doors and shoot the gate open, but you made a bunch of noise. Stuff like that is what we need. We don't need things that completely make an entire section of the map unaccessible.
I definitely agree with that. Yeah, I think, honestly, the idea for Drift was good in thought. I think they had good intentions with it, but it was poor in execution. I totally understand the idea of wanting to add a map. It was just how soon they wanted to do it was like a couple weeks before Champs. Let's just throw in a map that no one's even used to playing, a map that we don't even know is good or not. They wanted to have it play, or they wanted to play it on CTF, too. I cannot imagine how that would be on CTF, especially with the avalanches coming down at random times. I think I'm just saying, I think honestly it was a cool idea that they wanted to bring in, but they really need to think these things through next time. So
yeah,
that's all.
Well, I think S. Branville had a good thought in the chat. He says if they're gonna do DLC in the map rotation, build the map for competitive play. Just make it like just dedicate it, like make pros make the map or something.
But
make
they're not
it
going to do that though.
Well, they should though.
I know they have
Rambo make it. Rambo makes it. He works.
It's
there.
Especially since some of these maps were being made before the game even came out. Some of them were probably unfinished maps that didn't make it to the disc. Some of them were probably scrapped concepts that are just now being looked at again. So these have been in development for a while. It would just be nice if they intended to have it on COD Champs, I think that they should have contacted players ahead of time and been like, hey, like, what should we take out? What do you think of this map? What do you think of this map? What do you think of this map? Anything we should change? I'm sure a red flag for the pro players immediately would have been like, hey, this avalanche that completely takes away an entire section of it, get rid of that. Or at least, like, do something about it. I'm sure they would have said something and spoken up. Right. Just like, we don't use Tremor from Ghosts because, one, it's a huge freaking map, but even we don't use it for S&D because the Earthquake is just disruptive and unnecessary. It doesn't add anything to the gameplay. So I think that more communication with the pro players and with the personalities of the scene to get some more opinions, it's never a bad thing.
Would have been the right give call. Us the option to turn it off.
Yeah, absolutely. Which they would have found out we wanted if they asked our opinion.
Hashtag Vaughn save us. David Von Trier, please save us.
That's fine. We can get SH to turn around a bit.
Yeah, I just ending on this note, I think, like we said, it was a good idea to maybe add something like that, but they really need to think of these things through next time. Is it built for competitive play? Absolutely not. It's definitely not made for competitive play. If they knew, honestly, anything about what would happen with that map, they would have definitely said, no, we're not doing this. I think they wanted it in there. I hate to say it based for numbers. They wanted money maybe out of it. I'm not really 100% sure, but I can't say that because I don't know 100%. Is it a good idea base? I mean, is it a good base for money for them? Yes, they're very smart with how they do things money-wise, but they have to think of how the game will work competitive-wise, and I don't think they really like to add into it competitive-wise for certain reasons and whatnot. But regardless, I'm going to head into our final outros of the night. Thank you guys for coming to the stream. We really do appreciate it. I think we peaked at like 200-something viewers, which is awesome, especially this late at night. So what we're going to do is kind of end how we do this show, which is kind of saying which you can give a shout out to anything you want. I'm trying to remember what Kingdom says. Give a shout out to anything you want and say whatever you want, and then that's it. I don't know. I don't have a question, so just in 30 seconds or less. I'm going to start with Fatty, go to Fox, and I will close it out.
Well, I'm glad to be back. Just filling in for tonight. Work and life is busy right now for me, but thank you guys for hanging out and just being here. One thing I want to do is tell Arizona to win the championship so I can win some money, because I think if it all plays out the way, I might win like $300. So,
hey,
yes, let's do it. Let's do it, Arizona. Let's go.
That's 300 Arizona tees.
Yes. Anyways, but thanks guys for having me on. I've missed you all, especially that goalie guy. He makes me laugh every time I talk to him. So, but yeah, so love you all, and we'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow maybe. We'll see.
All right, Fox.
All right. Basically, just want to thank the STiKS for having me on today. I absolutely love being on this show. I was on here a few weeks ago, or a week or two ago before, and it was a great experience. So thank you very much, Kingdom, for reaching out to me again for this. I do appreciate it. If you're still here, thank you, Landon, for hosting and taking control of everything. I appreciate that. I probably couldn't have done as good of a job as you did. Thank you, Goalie, for producing it. And just doing as well as you usually do. I do live stream. I upload to YouTube every single day. If you guys want to check me out on Twitter, as you can see, my name is right underneath here somewhere. I think I'm pointing in the general direction of my Twitter handle on screen, at RondezFox. And make sure to tune into the STiKS whenever they go live, because they do a lot of hard work on this show and everything that involves it. So hope you guys appreciate it.
All right, yeah. Thank you guys so much for coming out to the show. It's been your dude, your bro, your pal, your friend, your ally on the internet. It's been Landon. I appreciate you guys for coming out to the stream. Make sure to follow me on Twitter, at MLGRostermania, if you guys want to know anything about Rostermania news. And if you want any funny GIFs, I post those a lot. I do post YouTube videos. I'm trying to get on the YouTube grind a lot. I've been posting videos and have some interesting stuff that I'm going to be uploading very soon. A lot of good content to come soon. Thank you to Goalie for producing the show and grinding out all today. Like I said, shout out to Goalie for being the best producer ever. Thank you, Kingdom, for having the STiKS on tonight. We will be doing, I think, I'm like 99% sure we're doing a recap stream tomorrow and also on Championship Sunday. So make sure to stay tuned for that. Thank you guys so much for coming out to the stream. We really appreciate it. And yeah, that's about it. Thank you guys for coming out. Peace.
Goodbye.